Our church itself is quite globally diverse, so we have people from all around the world who worship here at St Mark's. When we gather on a Sunday, 2/3 of our numbers are under 14 years old, so the majority of our congregation is made up of children. We have a very special room here because it's separate from the main hustle and bustle, so it's able to be a quiet space should it need to be a quiet and calming space. We have blackout blinds should somebody need to make use of making the space darker. We have lots of lights, we have soft padding flooring, and we have bubble lamps, things that will engage different senses, not just visually but feel as well, and sound, and then we have various books. So nothing spectacular on its own, but altogether it makes a really special place. We have a number of young people who have additional needs, who have access to this room throughout the time that they're in church. In fact, Malachi loves to come in on a Sunday, and sometimes the first thing he says to me is, "Alex, can I go in the sensory room?" And the answer is always yes, he can, because it's there for them.
I like reading a story. I like doing it on Sunday too.
During church?
Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 12, St Paul talks about all of us being members of one body, but different parts. So it is important that we take note that people are different and have different ways of worshipping, but it's important for us to do something more for those who are unable to be facilitated for in regular life, outside of this space, who may think differently, have different energy levels, who may want to jump around, who may want to come and sit in a quiet place. That's still their worship because they're moving and they're in this place. They are, playing games and they're in this place. They're singing songs and reading in this place. It doesn't have to be in the formal liturgy that we're used to. We were lucky enough to secure some funding, which allowed us to embark on a bigger project. But actually it started with the small things. It started with us introducing inclusive worship with Makaton in our singing. It started with us changing candles from flames to electric candles so that they wouldn't present a danger, so that children could be in and amongst everything that was happening in our main Sunday services. Lots of the things that I've been bringing in recently include sensory books, which are just a few pounds from the local supermarket, or sensory toys, things that light up, that mean that though they may not be sitting and reading from a Bible alongside you, actually they're present and engaged in a worshipping space and therefore caught up in the worship of all of God's people. And for the parents, it's been really helpful to help them relax, knowing that if you have a young person who has additional needs, they are still just as important in our worshipping community. They're not disruptive, they're not an issue, they are children that we love and care for and will provide for.
My 8-year-old son has a number of diagnoses and is neurodiverse. So for him, this place or this room, it's just a calming environment for him where he knows that he can come in here, desensitise, calm down, and then literally it just takes a matter of minutes and then he's back out again where he can go and rejoin in with the congregation.
My hope for the future here at Mark's Gate is certainly that we're able to figure out a way to make this publicly accessible to people, not just for those using our building, but how do we open up access even wider? And not just to have a space that's a room, but that all of our services are integrated for those with additional needs. And all of our services are meeting more than just the traditional capacity for worship.